Hello and welcome into Issues on the Point. I'm Darren Zaslau. Every Sunday morning we speak with local leaders about issues that matter here in Pittsburgh. Our topics range from business to politics to healthcare and everywhere in between. Variety, the children's charity, empowers kids with disabilities to live life to the fullest. They do this through a variety of programming, including adaptive bikes, adaptive strollers, and communication devices. To tell us more about how the nonprofit organization can help your child, we're joined by Chief Executive Officer Tom Baker and Jeff Rukas, the president of Blackburn, which is an important partner in making Variety successful through equipment, supplies, and services. Thank you both for being here. This is awesome.
Absolutely. Thanks, Darren. It's good to be here. Thank you so much for spotlighting Variety in this episode. We really appreciate it.
Absolutely, Tom. Well, let's jump into it. We're going to start with you. How did Variety, the children's charity, get started? It's been around for about 100 years. It's been a long time.
It's an amazing story that goes back to the 1920s. In 1927 into 1928, a bunch of theater owners and leaders in the community got the organization going. The inspiration was a little girl named Catherine. Her name ended up being Catherine Variety Sheridan, and that group of leaders decided to really take care of her and care for her. And because of that, it's inspired 100 almost years now of our organization doing good in the community, helping children. It switched up a little bit 14 years ago when my amazing predecessor, Charlie LaValle, really got us laser beam focused on the My Bike program. And then after that, into the My Stroller and My Voice. We're very proud of what we do, and we have a wonderful team and great partners that we get to do it with.
As they say, and I'm sure you know this better than anybody, to run a successful nonprofit, it takes a village. It takes a team to make it happen, and that is also in part due to the work of Blackburn. So, Jeff, tell us about Blackburn's and what the partnership with Variety means to your organization.
Yeah, so Blackburn's, we are a local family-owned provider of medical equipment and supplies. We were actually founded in 1936, so similarly to Variety, we've been fortunate to be able to serve this community for 90 years almost. And what we provide is the whole gamut of medical equipment and supplies and home care and institutional care and so forth. So at Blackburn's, our mission is to help people live life better. And I think that very much coincides with Variety's mission with their families and children, which is why this has been such an exciting partnership for us over the past, 14 years now.
It truly is a team effort, Tom.
Oh, it is, yeah. And we had a great year together in 2024, really a milestone year. So we were able to present our 3,000th bike, and for leaders in our organization like Charlie LaValle and Jeff and Mike Schneck, I mean, the fact that they started with bike number 1, and last year a little boy named Jude got our 3,000th bike. That was remarkable. We shared last year, just in December up in Clarion, we did our 8,000th piece of life-changing adaptive equipment. We really try to celebrate the highlights because there's so many good things going on with Variety, and we love it. If you're awake for 110, 120 hours a week, the best hour of the week, and Jeff hears me say this all the time, is the hour that we get to present the equipment directly to the children and the families, the joy that comes because of it, and also the relief as well too, especially with the My Stroller program. It makes a huge difference for families, and immediately as they get to that room and they leave that room, their lives are changed for the better.
Yeah, life-changing, in one word, absolutely. Tom, we call this show Issues on the Point, so tell us what issues or trends that you've seen locally here in Pittsburgh in regard to different nonprofit organizations addressing the needs and disabilities of children.
Well, I would say just in general, we as Variety very much believe in the spirit of collaborate, not compete. We want to work with other organizations and bring out the best in each other. I know Jeff's involved with some other organizations that we partner with as well too. But that's really what it's all about. We did a very fun bocce game night last year with Special Olympics, which was a lot of fun. Those partnerships really bring out the best, I think, in everyone. Just a few weeks ago, we had a Valentine's Day party with some students for Pitt Serves. We really try to mix it up and make sure that we're having not just the 3 pieces of life-changing equipment, but also the peak moment opportunities for our children as well too, to really experience life to the fullest, to get to enjoy their equipment. One of the greatest things that we do every year, and Jeff's been seeing this for a long time, the kids actually get to ride their bikes at Aquashore Stadium at our gala every year. As we're waving the terrible towels, Renegades playing. It's really a special time for the kids.
It's a Yinzer explosion.
It kind of is, yes, that's fair.
Which I love that. Jeff, tell us as well, why did you decide to get involved? And then, in addition to that, take it a step further to partner with Variety.
Yeah, so I think, part of our goal as an organization, and one of my passions personally, is providing opportunity for individuals, specifically with special needs. So one thing I think we're very proud of, and Variety should be very proud of, is This gives us the opportunity to introduce these really incredible children and families to the community. So while we're doing a lot for the individual and the family, I personally believe that these kiddos and their families are doing equally as much for our community. So the introduction of that population and those incredible kids to Western PA and further. And just creating a great opportunity to be included and be a part of a great community here in Pittsburgh.
That's amazing. And Tom, too, I mean, you're all over the nonprofit world here, Western Pennsylvania and beyond. How about the same thing for you, why you wanted to get involved with Variety and help out?
On a personal level, just my dad's background, he was a special education teacher until he passed away at 39. So he always had me as a little guy, as a kid, volunteering at Special Olympics. My mom was an early intervention specialist till she retired in 2020. Many of our Variety kids are my mom's kids as well, too, that she got to work with. So I feel like I'm following an amazing family legacy. To get to be the successor of somebody like Charlie LaValle as well, too, is the honor of a lifetime. And this is a good mention for Blackburns. We have an award every year called the Charlie's Champion Starfish Award, and it was named after Charlie 2 years ago. This year it was honored for the first time, and Jeff's very dear colleague and friend, Mr. Randy Prunty, won it last year, just on behalf of the partnership, the relationship. Jeff, Randy, and that team from Blackburns, they travel this Commonwealth with us all over the 59 counties. Late nights, early mornings in box trucks, making sure that this wonderful equipment gets to incredible children. They work so hard at it, and we're grateful to them. And we were very happy to get to celebrate Mr. Randy.
Yeah, well, Jeff, I mean, thank you for being here. It's a wonderful partnership that you guys have with Variety, so you should be very proud of that. And as we said, it takes a village, and we appreciate Blackburns and everything.
Even the president came out to do a one-on-one bike presentation with me last year to a little boy named Ronnie.
It's amazing, guys. So thank you again. Jeff, appreciate you being here. Tom, you are going to stick around because we are just getting started here on Issues on the Point. Coming up, we're going to welcome in Program Coordinator Kayla Haynes to learn about the services and programs that Variety, the children's charity, is offering. That's coming up next right here on Issues on the Point.
We are the Grifter Sisters, the con queens, together again.
Who were you with last night?
She is not a killer. It's a con.
Why do you keep protecting a murderer?
Can you stop calling her that?
Cops, come on, move it!
You're gonna have to pick whose side you're on.
I might lose everything because of you.
Wednesday at 8 on 22 The Point.
Weather disasters, fires, floods, viruses. You really never know. BeReady.tv will help you be prepared. Be prepared to evacuate or to shelter in place before it's too late. 72-hour deluxe emergency kit. Solutions to food and power needs. Go to BeReady.tv and get what you and your loved ones need to be prepared while supplies last.
Hi, I'm Dustin.
I'm Kim.
And I'm Ray.
And we're Dustin Buys Houses.
My parents bought houses for cash.
With a call to make in the Pittsburgh area.
To sell your as-is property fast.
We buy fixer-uppers, foreclosures, rented or vacant.
Or a nicer home you just need out of. We buy them all.
Plus you don't pay any fees. Takes just a few minutes on the phone.
To see if our family can help yours.
Call 412-615-0000.
Hall of Fame defensive back Darryl Green for Health Playbook.
I'm with 2018 lacrosse national champion Christian Gaudy for the FDA's Don't Get Burned Sunscreen Challenge. Ready for a little one-on-one?
Bring it, Darryl.
Hey, she's tough, but I won't get burned today. I'm using a broad-spectrum sunscreen with an SPF of 30.
The FDA recommends broad-spectrum sunscreens with an SPF of 15 or higher with other sun protection measures to reduce the risk of sunburn and skin cancer. Reapply sunscreen every 2 hours while outside and more often if swimming or sweating.
You smoked me, Christian. You know I was the NFL's fastest man.
That's why I use a sunscreen with an SPF of 50 so I wouldn't get burned by you and the sun.
Great game plan. You just won the FDA Sunscreen Challenge.
Broad spectrum sunscreen is a winning play every time.
For more information on sunscreen and other sun protection measures, go to fda.gov/health playbook.
Growing up like we do, life isn't obstacle-free.
Y'all need to teach about brotherhood.
Just keep leaning on hope.
Monday at 8 on 22 The Point.
Welcome back to Issues on the Point. I'm Darren Zaslau. We're joined by Variety, the children's charity, Chief Executive Officer Tom Baker, and Program Coordinator Kayla Haynes. We just learned about the founding of the organization and its partnership with Blackburns. Now it's time to hear about the programs and services it is offering to children with disabilities in our area. Thank you again so much for being here. Tom, we'll start with you. The My Stroller program, what is it, and then how do you run it here with Kayla?
Yeah, so Kayla, Molly, and Deanna do such a good job with the My Stroller program. Last year was actually a historic year for My Stroller. It was the first time ever that we shared 200 strollers in 1 year, so it was really a great year. And the strollers are amazing. What they provide to the children and what Kayla, Molly, and Deanna are able to work directly with the families and our partners to make happen. We have a number of our kids in our program that are deemed elopers. They run, they bolt without a sense of safety or security, and Kayla and Molly and Deanna, we see this all the time. Really, the stroller enables them to feel safe, to feel comfortable. Kayla, I mean, there's so many times where we hear from a family and they say they either feel trapped, they feel like they're in a prison cell at their houses, but this equipment allows them to get out and experience the world.
We hear that a lot of families are living almost like parallel lives, where one parent will take a child to a sporting event and then the other parent has to stay home with the child.
Yeah, it makes a huge difference in someone's life.
Yeah, the aspirational goal sometimes when they come to these wonderful presentation days that we put on where they get the strollers and the bikes, they just want to go to McDonald's. They just want to go shopping. They want to go to a mall, a pumpkin patch for the first time as a full family. We know the world's always better when we're all together, and the stroller enables the kids to do that with their parents and family.
That's fantastic. Moving on, My Voice program, Tom, same thing. What is it? How do you run it? And it sounds like a wonderful, wonderful opportunity.
I mean, we're so grateful. Again, Kayla and Molly and Deanna, working directly with our partners and the kids. The Voice is set up, it's an iPad. There's nothing fun on it per se. It's educational, but it's the tools and resources and the apps directly that the partners tell Kayla, Molly, and Deanna that we need to utilize for the children. It's the only program where we don't present it in person. In the modern era, we mail it to the partners. It goes directly to our partners from the intermediate units across the country and then directly to the children and their families. It's an important educational tool, and it also, and we hear this all the time, like Kayla gets these emails, you know, it's the first time that a child's able to express to their family member, like, I love you, Mom, or I love you, Dad.
What does that mean, you know, Kayla, as well? Because that, again, that's a life-changing piece of equipment.
Sure. You know? I got an email the other day from a mom. I sent an approval to let them know their child will get a device. And she just responded with, in the grocery store, crying. Yeah. It's huge for a family to hear from their child in any way possible.
Yeah, it makes such a big difference. And speaking of that, events and the presentation days, Kayla, you have, I'm sure, a front row seat to all of
Yes.
So just what's it like to be a part of that and to know, you know what, like, we just made a difference in a child and their family's life?
Yeah, it's wonderful, life-changing, humbling.
Yeah.
We love to be a part of it, and we would like everybody in the community to come and witness firsthand.
It's fantastic. Tom, as well, for individuals that want to get involved, and again, for organizations that want to partner, give us kind of the twofold. How can people who are watching this, individuals, get involved, and then organizations who may want to partner with you?
Yeah, we have a wide variety of partners. It does. You don't have to be a huge multi-billion-dollar organization or company to make a big impact with Variety. Exactly this time last year, I met with a group called the Leonard Advisory Group. Their goal, Yana and Pete, at that point, and Josh, was to raise enough for one bike last year. Kayla and I actually got to be there later in the year. They had raised enough to fund 6 bikes, right? It started with the idea of just one. We have a local group called Guardian Protection. They throw a pep rally every year, basically, all in purple for one child to receive a bike. So it doesn't have to be funding 10 or 20 at a time. There's smaller wins that we can have. I'll just mention Cinderlands, and we just had a wonderful presentation there as well, too. They hosted 3 fundraisers for us last year, raised enough to fund a bike, and they were so excited to present it.
It's such rewarding work, and you guys should be so proud of what you are doing because it's absolutely amazing and life-changing. So, Kayla, thank you for being here and telling us all about what you do at Variety. Tom, once again, you're going to stick around for us because it is the home stretch. Coming up, we are going to chat with longtime board chairman and former Pittsburgh Steeler himself, Mike Schneck. He's going to join us for a deep dive about the My Bike program and, of course, to share some heartwarming stories from Variety. Plus, we're going to hear about the organization's future. That's next on Issues on the Point.
Things I didn't know about trade school part 3. Rosedale Tech is fun. And I don't mean screw around and not learn anything fun. I mean a relaxed but focused atmosphere with a be-yourself, positive vibe kind of fun. At Rosedale Tech, you can be career-ready in less than 2 years. Our programs range from 10 weeks to 18 months and provide the foundation that can lead to careers with serious demand. Learning doesn't have to be boring. Rosedale Tech gets that. Apply now at rosedaletech.edu.
Having a tough time getting a good night's sleep with your old mattress? It could be affecting your day. If this sounds familiar, then it's time to look into a new mattress from Sleep Pittsburgh so you can get your sleep when you're supposed to. Make your tax refund go further at Sleep Pittsburgh. Twin mattresses starting at $99. Bunk beds starting at only $299. And unlike our competitors, always free delivery with no minimum purchase required. Free assembly including bunk beds and free removal of your old mattress. Only at Sleep Pittsburgh.
At B&M Automotive Service, we can maintain and service any vehicle. From scheduled maintenance to mechanical work, we even have a complete body and paint shop with frame straightening. With hundreds of 5-star reviews, we're #1 for automotive service. Call B&M Automotive in Bloomfield today.
Welcome, everybody. It's Throwbacks with Matt Leinart and Jerry Ferrara.
And it is glorious. It is a glorious hour.
You just rocked my whole world. I don't even know if I could complete the show, to be honest.
We had to start off with a bang, man. This is Throwbacks.
Let's go.
Issues on the Point continues here on 22 The Point. I'm Darren Zaslau. We're joined by Variety, the children's charity Chief Executive Officer Tom Baker, as well as longtime board chairman and former Pittsburgh Steeler long snapper Mike Schneck. Thank you guys both for being here.
Thanks, Darren.
Of course. Mike, the man, the myth, the legend. We're glad to have you here. So tell us about your experience. First of all, playing for the Steelers. What a great way to make a difference in the community by playing football and having kids look up to you. And the My Bike program, you're the expert on it. Tell us about it.
Sure. So I was very fortunate, obviously, to get picked up by the Steelers in 1999. Came out and realized after my rookie year, I had a lot of time on my hands in the offseason. I said I need to do something productive. And my dad was on the board of Variety in Milwaukee, where I grew up for a very long time. So I cold called Variety here, not knowing that they were actually where the organization was founded. So the first way I got involved in, kind of touched on some of our peak moments, is we started bringing kids out to training camp, getting them down on the sideline, watch practice, stick around afterwards and get some autographs. So that's how I initially got involved. After I retired after the 2009 season, I'd been on the board for a few years, decided to get a little more involved, and took over as the board chair. And really was fortunate enough to hire Charlie LaValle to come in and really look at what we were doing. And Charlie's idea to have a signature program really led us to the My Bike program. And it was something that we said, we know that that's something we can all identify with. We all rode bikes as kids, and it was our opportunity to have some freedom and get out in the community. And we wanted to be known for one thing and do it really well, to really get our name back out there. And so we started with that, had no idea that it was going to be lightning in a bottle. Thought we'd give away, a couple pieces of equipment, and here we are, 14 years later, having given away thousands of bikes. And we continue to see the need and the demand for it, to give kids that freedom to get out and be kids. And it's just simple enough that they need a different bike. And we can provide that for them, and we're excited about where it's gone and where it continues to go.
Say priceless impact, I think, is the best way to put it, and that's absolutely amazing. Mike, as well, you've had a front row seat to this. So how much has it grown over the years? Maybe exceeded your expectations, perhaps.
Oh, it exceeded our expectations in the first weeks and months as we got involved. We thought, like I said, it was going to be a couple, 10, 15. We gave away 100 in the first year. And it's a piece of equipment that's not covered by insurance, and it's expensive. It's not just a conventional bike. These adaptive bikes cost more money, and it's not easy for a family of any family, let alone somebody with a child with special needs, to have that disposable income. So when we put that out to the market, that you can get this equipment, it's already paid for. Therapist just has to sign off that it's an appropriate piece of equipment for the child. We don't want to give something to somebody that they can't use, or they could use a conventional bike. So once the therapist signs off on it, we get that bike to them very quickly, and they're off and running and riding that bike all over town. And we've seen them. They take them at Kennywood. They take them, to the mall, baseball games. We see them at Miracle League playing baseball with them. We love that. We want to get those kids out there and seen, as Jeff was mentioning. We want the community to see these kids and what they're capable of, because they are just like any other kid. They want to be out and act like kids and be kids, and sometimes they just need a different piece of equipment to accomplish that. And that's really, at the end of the day, what we're doing.
Yeah, two wheels and some pedals really can change someone's life,
right.
quite literally. So Tom, I mean, there you go. You got some big shoes to fill here with some heartwarming stories that we want to hear, because Mike gave us a bunch of those over there. Anything to you that jumps out? It could be with the My Bike program, or anything where you said, you know what, wow, look at the impact that Variety is making in this kid's life.
I will just mention, we had a young lady named Penelope get a bike. It was in December of 2023. She went to 7 different Variety events last year. So it's really increased her bond with her dad, Shannon, which is wonderful. But it also has just enabled her to get this new network of other kids, of other families. We love the friendships that come out through Variety. We've got great ambassadors, Brashana, Jacob, James. They're in their early 20s now, and they still come back to just about everything because they consider Variety to be like family and to be like home, which is great. As we're filming this, just tonight, a little girl named Emery that got her bike last year, she's all excited. We get pictures of her riding her bike. She gets to drop the first puck at the Robert Morris hockey game, right? Like, there's these special experiences that they get. Mike's very connected and very tied into the labor community as well, too. They are so generous to us. We are a big part of the Labor Day parade. Kayla termed it a sea of Variety red, which everyone gets to see. But for children that didn't think they were going to get to ride a bike in this lifetime, and their families, to get to ride their bike in something big, like at Ackershore, like at the Labor Day parade, in the parades that we do at presentations, it's unbelievable.
It's amazing. Yeah, Mike, anything for you as well, either that stands out? You mentioned that the first story of the first bike going out, where you're like, wow, my work really does mean something, you know, to these kids.
Yeah, one of the biggest things that always hits home with me are the stories from the siblings. That these siblings want to, interact and play and do these things with their brother or sister, and this bike allows them to do that. They go out on family bike rides, and so it's not just for the individual child who gets a piece of equipment; it's for their whole family. It's for their community, riding around in the cul-de-sac. Stories of kids now getting, hey, can they come out and play, and they want to have them riding together in their neighborhood, just like we all did as kids. And like I said, it's just getting them that piece of equipment that allows them to be just like every other kid, because they have the exact same desires.
It's so cool.
Yeah.
Looking forward, Tom, here to the rest of 2025. A lot of months left here on the calendar. The future vision for Variety, the children's charity. What does it look like? And perhaps just any goals that you may have moving forward to the rest of the year. And I want to hear that from you.
Yeah, well, I would say Mike and the board have gotten us set up on some pretty big goals. We want to be system changers, right? So we have big goals as it relates to the My Voice program. There's a wonderful relationship that our board president, Governor Tom Corbett, and the current governor, Josh Shapiro, have that enables us to serve a lot of kids with the My Voice system. So looking at that for the future and thinking if that can be something not just in the 59 counties, but a statewide initiative. We are laser beam focused on making that happen in the future too. The same is true for strollers. We have some big dreams as it relates to some of the health insurance companies and ways that we might play a role and really changing the game for that. But we want to have a record-breaking year. Kayla, that was in the last segment, she was laser focused on this last year. We came up just a little shy of the top year in Variety history. I think it was 1,045, and the highest was 1,048 pieces of life-changing equipment. So in 2025, we want to break that record.
I'm sure that you guys will. Same thing to you, Mike.
Yeah, the communication devices. Can you imagine not being able to communicate? How do you get educated? How do you communicate with a healthcare provider? Those are necessities. So we feel that piece of equipment is something that every child that needs it has to have, not should have. Has to have, because it's critical for them to get educated, to have health care, to make sure that their needs are being communicated by them.
Yeah, for sure. Tom, to wrap it all up here, for people that want to learn more, maybe that want to donate, anything to help out Variety, where should they go?
VarietyPittsburgh.org is our website. Please check us out on social media too. We are really active on social media across the board as well too. So please feel free to check out Variety Kids is our link on a few of those. But just let us know. It can start small too. I've shared some stories in the last segment about some organizations, some companies hitting singles and doubles. We had an American Legion reach out, and their goal was to get 1 bike. Now they've done 2. It doesn't have to be tons of bikes or strollers. Just let us know if you'd like to help out and make a difference, or if you want to partner on a special opportunity for the kids and their families to experience as well.
Well, guys, it's so cool hearing these stories,
thanks,
and
Darren.
2025 is so bright, so we are so happy to help showcase what you all do. So to Tom and Mike, thank you both again for being here. Like Tom mentioned, very easy to learn more about Variety, and of course to get involved, you can visit their website at varietypittsburgh.org. Don't go anywhere. Issues on the Point continues right after this.
Boost your brand. Our station reaches thousands daily. That's potential customers ready to see your product. Be seen, be heard. Contact Ross Brown today to get your business on TV. Get noticed, build trust, watch your business grow.
I'm Bill Kenny, and I represent accident victims whose lives have been disrupted by the carelessness of others. If you've suffered a serious injury, call our office to discuss your rights. For more than 40 years, we've been fighting for the rights of the injured and disabled. We understand the difficulties you're facing, and we want to help. At Berger & Green, we're here for you.
Berger & Green, the injury and disability lawyers. 1-800-999-2626.
These are real people seeking solutions to real pain.
I have plantar fasciitis.
My feet, my knees, hips, and back.
And then they were fit with Good Feet arch supports. Clinically proven. Significant pain relief in only 4 weeks.
I'm not feeling any pain. My heel, that's where I always feel it.
Pressure off your knees?
Yeah, actually. I didn't notice any pain in my back. I feel like I could walk all day in these.
Take back the life you love and book your personalized arch support fitting today.
Hey, y'all. Hi. Looking good. Thank you. I am seeing those shirts everywhere.
Yeah, is Moravia Health really like that?
Look, I've got on more than just a shirt, okay? I've got on a job. With Moravia, this shirt represents paid training, weekly pay, 401k, vision, dental, health insurance, commitment to the community. I mean, the list goes on.
Yeah, the movement is real. Moravia Health. Join the movement.
Watch Channel 11 Morning News on Fox 53 at 7 a.m.
Welcome back to Issues on the Point. A special thank you to Chief Executive Officer Tom Baker, Program Coordinator Kayla Haynes from Variety, the children's charity, for joining us, as well as longtime Board Chairman Mike Schneck, and of course Jeff Rukas from Blackburn. If you'd like to discuss a topic here on Issues on the Point, it's very easy. You can give us a call at 412-395-6241. That'll do it on this week's episode of Issues on the Point. I'm Darren Zaslau. We'll see you next Sunday morning at 6:30 right here on 22 The Point.